Hello friends, first off, I know I said a lot in that first episode. I am so sorry, I was so nervous. So I'm working on that. And I'm trying out a new method to record for better sound. So, guess what? It's a new moon. Join us, won't you, for our next episode of Under the Moon Paranormal Ohio Legends. Episode 2 will be about Greenfield, Ohio, my hometown. Our town has been in the media over the years, so let's go back to the very beginning with some old legends and notable people. So join me on April 20th, the next new moon, and I'll put a log on the fire for you. Until then, here's a small clip of one notable mention. And as always, stay spooky, my friends.
It was a battle between public safety and religious freedom. A street corner preacher who looks a lot like the pictures of Jesus was on trial for disorderly conduct. Police arrested him after he drew a large crowd and refused to leave. But today, a judge cleared him. All of this happened in the town of Greenfield, down in Highland County, and that's where we find 10 TV Eyewitness News reporter Mike Thompson live. And Mike, this preacher has gotten a lot of support from the community down there.
Dave, a lot of people in town feel the police went too far. This is where it all began. Late Saturday night, actually early Sunday morning, Carl Joseph was preaching right here. About 20 people had gathered, and some of those people were spilling out onto the street. Police felt that was unsafe, and they asked the preacher to move along. He refused. They arrested him. Today he went on trial, but a judge cleared him. It was a very unusual case involving a very unusual preacher. When Carl Joseph strolls through town, people notice. He attracts the paparazzi. He gets strange looks.
Because you never see nothing like that every day.
Joseph does not proclaim to be Jesus. He says he's his missionary.
It's a mission very much like Jesus himself, like he told his apostles to do. Something very basic.
But Carl Joseph looks like Jesus. Long hair, beard, bare feet, a long white robe.
I take those words that he said literally when he said, only have one tunic when you go out. It's very practical, simple.
Joseph says he's been to 47 states and 13 countries. He travels mostly by foot. He says he doesn't take any money, even when offered.
No, I don't like to use money, to be honest with you. Well, I know.
Carl Joseph calls his arrest in Greenfield a misunderstanding, but still a form of religious persecution.
To actually be jailed and to go through court and all of this simply for talking with people, you could call that a persecution.
Word of his arrest drew lots of support from people in Greenfield. He says maybe that was his mission here.
That was amazing, and that's a great thing about how God can take something that's bad and injustice and bring even a greater good out of it, all of the community support.
Now, after the decision today, Carl Joseph headed east. He wants to make it to New York by foot and then get on a plane and be in the Middle East by the year 2000. But before he left, he and his attorney had a victory lunch right there at McDonald's. Dave, back to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he doesn't take any money, Mike, how does he live then?
I guess he just goes town to town accepting gifts and meals and things like that from people.
All right, in-kind contributions. Thank you very much, Mike. After issuing his ruling, the judge suggested that Carl